After 3 years without one, there will finally be another Australian Grand Prix in 2022. Since the outbreak of COVID, the Formula One circus didn't return to Albert Park until this weekend, and yeah, I'm so happy it's back. It's a historic event, it's the second oldest racing event in Australia, and has been held since 1928. Sussex existed before F1 as a championship existed, however, it was only part of the F1 calendar from 1985. Well, the first 8 races at Phillip Island, and then 22 different circuits, the race did not always stay in the same place, with the exception of 1936 and 1940 to 46. It was raced every year in Australia. Australian exits and won his home race 4 times, making him the record holder. He did so at a time first win in 1954 and last in 61, when the race was not part of F1. In 1885, the first official F1 race was held in Australia. The Adelaide circuit was used, which had not been visited during all previous editions. The street circuit was built on the south capital of Australia, especially for F1. The first winner was Keke Rosberg for Williams. Alan Prost and Ayrton Senna were the only drivers to win twice. Since 1996, however, F1 used the street circuit at Albert Park. Damon Hill won the first race here in 1996, also winning the last race in Adelaide in 1995. It was also the last race in which Hill managed to decide the title in his favour. Schumacher in the most successful driver at Albert Park. The German won in 2000, 2001, 2002 and 2004, putting on par with Davison, who also managed to win 4 Australian races. Schumacher, however, is the only to do so in the modern F1 era. Sebastian Vettel won 3 times, but the chances of him matching his idol this weekend, let's face it, are extremely slim. The last Grand Prix to be held in Melbourne was in 2019, and Valtteri Bottas recorded a dominant victory and his famous "to whom it may concern" message. Max Verstappen finished 3rd that year, allowing Honda to secure an immediate podium with Red Bull. In 2020, F1 did come back to Albert Park, but the weekend was cancelled at the very last minute due to COVID. Since then, F1 has not returned due to travel restrictions, and yes, since then it's undergone a major overhaul of the track. The first corner and the third corner are wider to allow for different lines. Defending should be a lot harder as a result in 2022. The most important adjustment, however, is in the Sector 2 there. Turn 8 has become much flatter, effectively giving you extra straight towards the chicanes of 9 and 10. So the overtaking opportunities have been increased on the circuit, and on top of that, F1 has chosen to place 4 DRS zones on the circuit. However, there are only 2 detection points, so the chaser is at a great disadvantage if he managed to get past in Zone 1 already. The 2022 F1 season is now 2 races away and the picture is clear for now. Ferrari and Red Bull calling the shots at the top, and behind them is pretty excited. Mercedes are, however, riding lonely in 3rd, and then teams like Haas, Alfa Romeo and Alpine have really stepped up with the new regs. In the standings, Charles Leclerc leads the way ahead of Carlos Sainz. Max Verstappen is in 3rd despite victory due to his double failure in Bahrain for Red Bull. This also leaves Mercedes ahead of the Austrians in a Constructors' Champion, but yeah, I doubt that'll be the case after this weekend. Earlier this week, rain was still predicted for Sunday, but the chances significantly diminished. According to weather.com, the maximum temperatures will be 23 degrees on Friday and will increase to 26 on Saturday and Sunday. It's partly cloudy this weekend in Melbourne, but with some fun here and there. The chances of rain has also decreased significantly since the last forecast. On Friday and Saturday, there's still less than 15%, when there was previously a chance more than 40% on Sunday. That's now 24%. The wind increases during the weekend and may still play a role, however. But yeah, it remains to be seen what effect the Albert Park changes will have. Normally, it was a track for a car with the most grip and downforce, especially because of the amount of corners a car had to turn in. Although the technical first sector remained important and the last part of the circuit also consists of 3 difficult corners, the number of straights has also increased, so completely focusing on high downforce setup is no longer possible for teams, especially since overtaking will become easier with additional DRS zones. Ferrari and Red Bull are the teams that stand out this year, and if we look at the characteristics of the circuit, the benefit of the doubt goes to Ferrari. The F175 proved strong in terms of traction in the first 2 races and was generally faster in the show corners as well. Red Bull seems to have low downforce, but also deliberately chose a low downforce package for the race in Saudi. The question is whether Red Bull also has a package this early in the season where it has more downforce on the car so that attack can be made on Ferrari. Mercedes hopes to hook up with the 2 teams of 2022, but its poor pricing will still be annoying, especially on the street circuit, but the circuit has been relayed, which could help. And yeah, that's the first time since 1996. In addition, Mercedes lacks downforce as well, so it's unlikely they'll be challenging. And yeah, just a quick run through of the UK tyres, and it's an early one for us Europeans. I guess it's about time we have one, to be honest. But yeah, to be honest, I locally enjoy it. Just occasionally those few weekends a year where it kicks off at 6, it's actually quite enjoyable. But yeah, moving on then. The times free practice 4 till 5, second 7 till 8 on Friday morning, and then third 4 till 5, and then qualifying 7 till 8. So yeah, we get an extra hour in bed, I suppose, for qualifying. And then Sunday is 6 o'clock, which is really going to be a hard hitting one. But yeah, those are our timings from a very early Australian Grand Prix here in the UK. On Friday in the paddock, there was lots of rumours and news going around, mainly about 2026, to be honest. Seems a bit of a way off, but yeah, just rumours about the VW Group finally accepting Porsche and Audi to join F1, which will be really exciting. Then some more rumours as well, BMW, Honda potentially returning, Andretti that we know about. So yeah, it's all popping off in the world of 2026. And Pat Simmons says the new cars are already helping the 2026 regs. But yeah, focusing on current stuff, Ford DRS was also a major topic. Magnussen saying maybe it goes too far, Bottas saying it will make it pretty interesting. To be honest, I'm really keen to see how it plays out over the weekend. But yeah, on practice one, it was Carlos Sainz and Ferrari who were fastest, and they seem to be fastest all the way through. To be honest, Red Bull slightly behind, but yeah, obviously there was lots of aero testing for likes of Perez during the session, so you couldn't read too much into it. But you know, it's still interesting to see Ferrari looking strong. McLaren also seems to be a bit stronger up there as well, which is hopefully a promising sign for Danny Ric ahead of his Grand Prix, and hopefully they'll maintain it there. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see whatever happens over the course of the weekend, because we can't read too much into FP1 really. And in practice too, it was Ferrari who were on top once again, and yeah, the prancing horse were looking really, really strong in this qualifying session. It was Charles Leclerc who led the session, Max Verstappen in second, Carlos Sainz in third, and then you had Fernando Alonso in fourth and Esteban Ocon in sixth, so they're looking really good as well. But yeah, definitely looks like Ferrari are the fastest team at the moment, and then Red Bull and Alpine could be in the mix. The main story, or one of the main stories again, is Mercedes right down there again in 11th and 13th, and yeah, the issues just don't seem to be getting easier for the Silver Arrows to fix. Before I go, my predictions for this weekend, on pole I'm going to say Charles Leclerc. Yeah, that Ferrari just looks like an absolute beast in qualifying. Perez actually lapped of his life to beat it last time out. But for the win, I'm going to say Verstappen. That straight line speed of the Red Bull just looked pretty mighty in Saudi Arabia in 4 DRS zones. I think ultimately it will be a close fought battle, but I think Verstappen will just have enough to beat Leclerc, who will come second. And in third, I'm going to say Perez. Yeah, I mean, like, if you're looking at number 2 drivers compared to where they were last season, I'd say Perez has probably had a slightly better start, and yeah, I think he'll get his first podium. But anyway guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and thoughts, comments down below. Follow and the description for daily F1 news and subscribe to my channel on the screen, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.